Welcome to The Explainer. So today we're going to talk about something that's happening kind of quietly right under our noses. Millions of people are using AI chatbots for their mental health. It's the silent trend unfolding on screens all over the world. But here's the thing. It comes with a massive warning. All right, let's kick things off with a scenario that, well, it might just hit a little too close to home for some of us. You know that feeling, right? It's 3 in the morning, you're staring at the ceiling, and your brain just will not switch off. You've got this overwhelming feeling. You just need to talk to someone, get it all out. But I mean, who are you going to call at this hour? Well, for a shocking number of people, the answer is an AI. Yeah, they're opening up a chat window and just pouring out everything. Their biggest fears, their anxieties, what's going on in their relationships. And look, on one level, you can kind of see why. It's always on, it's free, and you don't have to worry about being judged. But there is a huge, huge catch. And this is where the whole story takes a really sharp turn. Because the biggest warning isn't just coming from doctors or therapists. It's coming from the very person who built the thing. Yeah, you heard that right. The CEO of OpenAI, the company that made ChatGPT, is telling people, hey, please do not rely on this for mental health support. I mean, when the guy who built the car tells you not to drive it a certain way, you should probably listen. That's a massive red flag. The person who knows this technology inside and out is basically screaming, be careful, it was never designed for this. Using it for therapy means you're taking on serious risks it was never, ever built to handle. Okay, so what is the big deal? What are these risks exactly? Why is this such a dangerous trend? Let's break down the real problems here. The dangers are incredibly real. First off, and this is crucial, it doesn't actually understand you. There's no empathy. The AI is just an incredibly sophisticated pattern matcher. It's predicting which words sound comforting or helpful based on all the data it's learned, but it doesn't feel your pain. It can't. Second, because it lacks real-world judgment, it can give you some seriously harmful advice. In a moment of crisis, it might say something that's dismissive or wildly inappropriate or even dangerous. And maybe the most important thing is that it's a quick fix. It's a temporary Band-Aid on a much deeper wound. And that can stop people from going out and getting the structured, professional help they need for actual, long-term healing.
So, if it's so risky, that brings up a really important, really human question.
This is the million-dollar question, isn't it? And the answer isn't because people are being reckless. The answer is that they're hurting, and they're just desperately looking for a solution in a system that, let's be honest, can really let people down. And, you know, it starts to make a lot more sense when you look at the real-world hurdles. An AI chatbot is free. It's there for you 24/7. It's completely anonymous. On the other hand, traditional therapy can be incredibly expensive, it's often inconvenient to schedule, and for so many people, there's still a heavy stigma attached to it. So people aren't choosing AI because they think it's better. They're choosing it because it feels like the only option they have. It really is like that feeling of drowning. When you feel like you're going under, you don't stop to inspect the life raft to see if it's perfectly designed. You just grab onto the first thing that looks like it'll keep your head above water. But this AI life raft, it was never actually built to save anyone. And that is exactly why it's so critical to talk about the real life rafts, the safer alternatives that are actually designed from the ground up to help. And the good news is these better options are absolutely out there. You've got crisis hotlines that offer free anonymous support from real trained people. There are amazing online therapy platforms now that make professional help way more affordable and convenient. And never underestimate the power of support groups, which give you a sense of community and remind you that you are not alone in this. Look, at the end of the day, this is what it all boils down to. An AI might sound like it cares, but it can't. It's just code. Your feelings, your pain, your story, all of that deserves real human connection and professional guidance. Don't settle for a chatbot when you're hurting. You are worth so much more than that. Real help is out there. And so the question we're all left with is this. As AI gets more and more human-like, how are we going to learn to tell the difference between a simple echo and a real answer? Thanks for watching The Explainer.